the engine lift to the engine stand. I usually bolt this part up to the back, lift it up. It adds a little weight to the back, so the back will hang down, so when I get kind of close, I'll just grab this piece and raise it up and feed it into here. I usually stick a screwdriver down in that hole right there just to keep this thing from turning unless I want it to turn. And now I should be able to let the weight off of the lift, and the stand should hold the engine in place. And then that will let me spin the engine over and get the lifters out, and take the cam out, take the oil pan off, see what's going on with it. Because everything's on wheels, I can back this away from that. And then I can move the lift back over in the corner over here. I'll tell you something happened that was interesting this morning. I have really never had a bad back, and I used to make a joke about it because my grandfather was named after a tractor. My grandfather was Oliver Guy Peak. Well, Oliver made a tractor back, I don't know, a long time ago, and my grandfather was killed by an Oliver tractor. But I've never really had back trouble, and most of my family never has. And I used to make a joke and say, you know, my granddaddy was named after a tractor, and we're built short and stout, and we don't have back trouble. Well, I was out here leaning over the hood of that Rambler this morning and trying to get it ready to sell, and I wanted to kind of get everything in good order down here. Larry's coming over later to help me put the hood on it. And man, I got a tinge just like made me just stiffen up and almost jump. And this happened the other day. I think I was working, I don't know what I was working on, but I was leaning over the hood of this thing and reaching down in low. And boy, didn't I get a jolt in my back, which is completely unnormal for me. And it kind of encourages me to do what I've been saying I was going to do, which is to sell this thing and stop doing all this engine work. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. I took I cleaned the stuff that was in the back seat out, and I might save these floor mats. I like these floor mats that look like that. And I've got some in the Studebaker that have some kind of a weird royal looking thing, and I might take these out and put them in the Studebaker, and take the ones in the Studebaker and put them in here. I'm going to want to keep my Esso Tiger in your tank keychain. That was from back in the 60s, I think, maybe the late 50s. But I'll shoot some pictures of the interior of the car. I got quite a few pictures of the exterior of it. Maybe shoot some pictures of the engine compartment just to show. Basically, you know, you can, if you have a small block Chevy engine with a flex plate on it, you should be able to drop it right down in there. Well, I say should be. You can, because I've had several of them in here. Just lower it down in there, bolt it to that transmission, hook up the exhaust pipes and the motor mounts and wiring and gas line and such as that, and you'll have yourself a turnkey hot rod. That's the way I'm going to sell it too. Now, I've got these Kragers. Some of these Kragers came from Mrs. Heavy Chevy. She gave me some Kragers. She might have gave me the front and the back. Can't remember if she did or if I bought those back ones from somebody here locally, but it's got good tires, got the Krager mags on it, and I was thinking, well, if somebody doesn't want to pay what I want for it, I could take the Kragers off, put those baby moons like is on that trailer down there in the woods. That's what used to be on this car. I had those chrome smoothies. I could put them on here and keep the Kragers. I could also pull out this 350. This 350 has a B&M shift kit in it. Even with a weak motor, it'll burn the tires between gears. Good snappy transmission. So, you know, there's things I could do if somebody didn't really want to pay what I'm asking for what I've got. I could pull the wheels and tires off and swap them out for those others, pull the transmission out and keep that. You never know, I might need that stuff someday on some other car. And yeah, so anyway, that got me away from what I was doing up here though. I got this engine on a stand, so I'm going to slide the lift back up in the corner and get it out of the way. Flip this engine over, let the lifters fall out. Take the oil pan off, see what I see in there. Oh, the joy.